We got you.
I believe I'm in there.
Hello again, everybody. It's Les East, Brian Allee-Walsh, NewOrleans.com. It's Thursday, 3 days before the storm, if you will.
Desert storm.
Buddy, first off, what happened to your red legs?
I thought they were our red legs. They
lost. They're your red legs.
Oh, okay. Well, unlike you, I'm not a fair weather fan, so they'll still be my red legs. They ran into a buzzsaw with Roy Halladay. That was one of the most impressive pitching performances I've ever seen. The seventh inning, I looked at him and I said, there's no way this is not going to be a no-hitter. Yeah. They had no chance against him. But we will see tomorrow. Bronson Arroyo and Roy Oswalt.
There's always tomorrow. Speaking of fair weather, let's speak about the weather out in Glendale, Arizona on Sunday.
It's not fair.
You know, it's a retractable roof out at that new stadium, and we addressed that issue with Coach Payton this afternoon at his press conference, and he indicated that it likely will be closed because of the elements. It's supposed to be in the low 90s out there. Of course, there's a dry heat, but it's supposed to be closed, which, you know, will keep the cooler air in and probably make it more fair for everybody involved.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. He said that there are certain thresholds that dealing with the heat as to whether or not they open up the roof. He said last year they only had the roof open for one game, which was in December. So apparently if the temperature is very high or very low, more likely to be very high out there, they close it. So the Saints will essentially be playing indoors on Sunday, it looks like. That's his guess. He said he's 99% sure. So the heat should not be a factor on Sunday.
The injury list is too lengthy to get into detail on this blog. So what we'll do is we'll just direct you to our website for any update. And the one injury we'll note is that Will Smith again did not practice. He was out in the field during the 30-minute window we saw, but he has not participated in team drills according to the rules. So we'll have to monitor that for the next couple of days.
Sean Payton said we have a chance to have him available on Sunday. So take that for whatever it's worth.
I think that's a we'll see.
I think it is.
You know, but let's talk a little bit about Max Hall. And you have a recollection of this young rookie quarterback making his first NFL start for the Cardinals?
Well, for people who are not familiar with the name, they might remember a couple of things from last season. He was the quarterback at BYU when BYU upset Oklahoma in the season opener last year. I believe Oklahoma was number 3 in the preseason poll. I think that was one of the first games played in the new stadium in Dallas. That's the game where Sam Bradford got hurt. And BYU upset Oklahoma. Max Hall was the quarterback. Didn't have a great game. I think the score was like 14-13. The next week, BYU came to the Superdome and played Tulane. So Tulane fans might remember him. And actually, Tulane played fairly well for about a half. And in the second half, BYU really got on track, and Max Hall played extremely well. I think they wound up putting up 54 points on the Wave. And you know, he was a senior quarterback. He had been on his mission at BYU like so many of those players. So he's older than your typical NFL rookie, and he was just a very savvy, efficient quarterback. As a senior last year, and when asked about him today, I think you asked Sean Payton about him, he compared him to Chase Daniel, the Saints' backup quarterback. So probably a little bit of mobility there, an efficient player, a smart player, but someone with no experience. And raw meat is the term that has been thrown around for rookie quarterbacks in the past, and apparently applies here.
And speaking of missions, Max will be on one. A big-time mission Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. Local kickoff will be 3:05 New Orleans time. And please stay tuned and glued to our website for updates this afternoon and into tomorrow. For Les East, I'm Brian Allee-Walsh. Aloha, everyone.